and say, "Hey, you did this wrong." It's not good to say that.
No, we got to be honest, right? So
Yeah.
it's completely fine, and it's important to try to set a good example as well, and you know, be able to admit your mistakes, even if you're. I mean, I'm not winning GSLs. I'm not
Mm.
a grandmaster Terran. I'm trying to learn just like everybody else. I watch so many other streams to learn. I've got friends that are lower rank than me that help me regularly as well. Never sort of think that you're too good to get help, or only masters can help me. I'm gonna ignore this gold guy, or this bronze guy or whatever, because maybe everybody has at least something that they can help you with.
Mm.
Okay, so
You rallied at 10,
yep.
10th
So we
worker, yeah.
rallied it at 10, and that guy that's building the depot is just going to be your builder for a while. He's going to
Yeah.
make the barracks. He's going to make the next depot, and then he's going to make um,
Bunker
the
or
command center.
yeah.
Because this is a fast expand. It's like a 1 rax FE, which means a 1 rax fast expand. This
Is it
is really, really common in Wings of Liberty. It's less common to use this now past Gold League because it's less safe. So I'm
is it
just
better
going to
to go
pause it.
command center before bunker?
Yeah, that's the idea of this build.
Mm.
Like that's exactly why it's called like a 1 rax FE, because you're trying to get this fast expand as
It,
quickly as possible. Then you've got 2 Marines, so there's only going to be a certain amount of things that can even attack you at this time.
yeah.
Okay, so it's
Did
not
you
going to
pause
be
it?
like yeah, I paused it
Yeah.
just so that we could talk about it,
Oh.
because it's otherwise it would just fly past. But you don't need to worry too much. Now there could be, for example, let's say you come down to make your expansion and somebody's proxied a gateway.
Yeah.
it, and it's sort of hidden in the shadow, and when you come over to build the expansion you see it. Just it's completely fine to cancel the expansion if you don't see it until it's kind of too late, and then you're just going to make the expansion in your base.
Yeah.
So you're going to like make it like here or whatever instead,
Yeah.
and you're going to keep all your Marines behind your wall, and you're just going to you can even make a bunker up behind your racks here if you're really worried.
Yeah.
But you're going to be able to hold a 1 gate, like a proxy 1 gate, no problem,
Yeah.
purely because you've made this wall. Now
Mm.
there is a fast expand where you skip the second depot to get the expand a bit faster, but
Yeah.
that's actually going to be less safe. I don't recommend you do that in like the lower leagues, because basically a lot of people are just going to want to cheese you and get the game over with quickly. But again, it's not necessarily about just trying to get you those wins. It's trying to teach you to make SCVs, depots, and Marines
Yeah.
at the same time consistently without any breaks in between it.
If I understood it right, it's like Terran is the race that kind of build themselves inside until they're ready to go out.
Yep,
Is
exactly.
that
So
yeah.
if there's any sign of aggression, the same again for Lings. If Lings came over, let's say you had a Marine down here and the guy's like 6-pulled you, and you've got 1 Marine outside and you're coming down with an SCV or something, 2 Marines outside, and you want to build your expand, and the Lings kill both Marines and the SCV, and it all feels like it's going wrong. It's completely fine. Just rally your next Marine inside,
Yeah.
take a couple of SCVs from your main mineral line, and bring them
Yeah.
over to just repair your wall.
Yeah.
GG, you just held. As soon as you've got enough minerals, you will expand inside your base and start putting down barracks.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have more stuff than him. You're going to have better economy because you're going to have 2 orbitals very soon. That means 2 wonderful mules.
Yeah.
Mules are amazing. That's why lots of people are sad they're going to be taken out of the game. So
Are
when
they going to
somebody
remove them in the next patch?
they're testing it at the moment, so
Oh.
we don't know if that's going to stay or not. So we shouldn't worry about it too much. But this is where I'm trying to point out like where your advantage is going to come from. You're going to have two, like command centers, basically capable of dropping mules at the same time. So
Yeah.
your economy is going to be amazing. You're always going to have potentially the ability to make more stuff than him, than anybody who cheeses you with something really fast. So as long as you make your wall before you expand, so it's depot, barracks, depot, keep making your Marines. You come out to see if you can get this expand down. You make your bunker right after you start the expand. So we're going to unpause it. So you can see that one of the Marines was being an asshole. He was standing in the way. I then have to like move the Marines, start the bunker. So you could say that if that was happening on the ladder and I got cheese, that would be more risky. But you can already see how many Marines I have. With a bit of stutter step micro, I could completely defeat slow links if they were coming in.
Yeah.
Because you've just got enough to crush it.
Just
They're
kite
just
it.
going to be slow, yeah. And the same with like if one zealot came in, you could do like a little bit of fancy micro. If he's chasing one marine around, all the rest of the marines can stand still and shoot.
Yeah.
So you can start to see how you can defend. And there's going to be times when you mess it up and it's fine. Like I could suddenly want to put down 2 more bunkers right now. If I was really worried, I could put 2 more bunkers right next to the other one.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting through that. Nobody's going to get through that. Or if they do, they're going to be wasting all their banelings, or they're going to be losing lots of roaches, and all the marines inside the bunkers are completely safe until those bunkers go down. So you come out ahead, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to speed through. We just want to quickly see the worker count. I'm sure I cut workers at some point, and I'm hoping I can get to. There you go. I just noticed the worker cut there. I want to get to at least 50 workers at 10 minutes.
You stopped at 49.
I stopped at 49. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got to cheat. You got to see already. See, so that would be if I looked at it and I looked at the replay, I would be like, okay, damn,
Yeah.
I could have done better. What I need to do is
Anti-fusion is slowing down the game. Now I see what you meant.
yeah,
What you meant about, yeah.
yeah. You see what I mean about the 2v2? That's why you would probably. I would then probably have. Let's say we're in a 4v4. I might have 7 people turn around and say, "Hey, noob, get
Yeah.
out of the game! You're ruining it." And to be fair, I don't want to ruin it for other people as well. So it's
You have a hell of a lot of
shame.
marines now.
Exactly. And the point also is, if we lose all those marines, look at how many Raxes we have.
Yeah.
How long does it take for one marine to build at 25 seconds? So in 25 seconds, we can make a lot more marines. So it's okay to lose that army. Now you don't want to lose the army. You want to take these wonderful Maru trades and have all the cool fancy micro, and that's what you can slowly work on, right? But it's a backup plan. When somebody does an all-in off of one base, they can't reproduce an army like this. There's no way. So even if the guy has tanks and you lose like 2/3 of your marines, but you manage to kill his tanks, your next wave or your third wave of attack is going to finish him. Okay? Because they're just not going to be able to keep up with your supply. That's the whole idea. So then we would just go and attack. So if we press the U key,
Yep.
you can then look at units and you can see it's like 49 SCVs, and we're already 4 seconds past the 10-minute mark. So that would be like really bad for me. It would be like, damn, I should be at 52 or 51 workers. So next go, I can already set a challenge to myself. I can try to keep it that little bit tighter. I can try to get 5 more marines out, 6 more marines out as well by the 10-minute mark. Because when I used to do this in Wings of Liberty, I could get the 52 SCVs and then have about 110 supply, 105 to 110 total supply, because we just did it all the time. Now,
Does this build
sorry.
work good? Does this build work good against Terran?
This build will kill all 3 races in bronze and in silver. Just no problem, as long as you've got used to doing the build and you don't have huge blocks. So if it went for 3 minutes where you forgot to make marines, or you only made 30 workers or 25 workers by 10 minutes, the build is going to have way less impact because you don't have as much stuff, you see?
Yeah.
So this is why it's important to just keep doing it, get used to it. There's nothing wrong with practicing against AI. It's just trying to teach you mechanics, okay? And get you ready to start taking gas.
Yeah.
And doing all sorts of crazy tech builds, drops, really fast factory builds, all sorts of stuff. You know, you want to play with Hellions, you want to get Marauders, you want to get all sorts of crazy stuff. You know, so
Yeah,
this build will get you ready for it. I don't think there's a faster build to get you ready if you've never played Terran before. This build is just, it's just beautiful. He did a really good job with coming up with it, and it also teaches you not only that, but you're playing a macro game as well.
yeah,
Okay, so you're not just cheesing to get the win. You're playing a macro game. So now
yeah.
we're just going to jump into a quick custom where we've got about 15 minutes left or whatever. So there's no rush at all, and you can just have a go for 10
Maybe I
minutes.
managed to go for two games maybe.
Yeah, yeah. We shall see. We shall see how you get on.
Is it? Do I have the hotkeys for the buildings the
Okay,
same
so
as?
you have to find how you want to do it. So many Terrans do this like little bit very very differently. You've got to figure out how you want to set it up. You can copy uh, somebody else's setup, or you can choose how you want to do it. Now I know people that love to put they add all their command centers together. Every time they make a new command center, they
I
add
do
them
that.
together and they put them all on one.
I
Now
put it. I
I
put
put
it,
it on
all my
4.
Nexus as one as well.
Yeah, okay, so you might want to put your command centers on 1.
Yeah.
That's fine. My personal choice is to have all my command centers on 4. All my production is going to be on 5, and I tab through them. Now, some people might put just barracks is on 5, factories on 6, starports on 7, something like that. I personally love tabbing. I'm really used to it. I've been doing it for ages.
Yeah.
Lots of people do it either way. And then what I do is I save 1, 2, and 3 for different army groups if I need them.
Yeah.
So I might have Bio on 1, I might have Ghosts on 2, and Vikings on 3, for example, if we were playing like a Bio game, like Marine Marauder, Medevac, Ghost, Viking. Whereas if we were playing like Mech, I would put my tanks on 3, I might have my air on 2, or my Ghosts on 2 if I'm playing Mech versus Protoss, and then I would have all my army on 1. You see
My,
what I
my
mean?
yeah. My problem is often that I just put all my army at 3, and then I go attack.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, there are plenty of people that are in Masters that don't even put their army on a control group, and they're still able to hit Masters, and they're playing macro games. They're not just cheesing. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not going to tell you what you choose to do. I would recommend you slowly try to learn control groups, even if you're hitting the all army hotkey, and then you bind it to 1.
Yeah.
And because then maybe you might occasionally, even if it's in one matchup, you might want to put, hang on, let me just set myself to referee. I'm going to put it to AI. Very, very easy. So then even if they attack, they're only going to attack with like 3-4 units. You're going to have plenty to just deal with it. You're not even going to need to defend it. It's just going to defend itself. So don't even think about the computer attacking you or worry about that. This build takes care of itself. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to go in and I'll walk you through it step by
Yeah.
step. And if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. You're always going to make mistakes on ladder. Oh my god, if you've watched my stream like over the couple of days, you've seen me just making amazing screw ups. It's about just trying to stay calm and getting back to the plan. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Alright, let's go. Let's have some fun.
Yep.
Alrighty, here we go.
It was number 10 I was going to rally.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the 10th one. So when it actually says 9 of 10, that you're building the 10th one. Okay, so you just keep making SCVs right now. That's all you need to worry about. So you can see it's on 7 of 11 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it'll go to 8, and then you just keep it rallied like you are. And there you go, perfect. You've queued up your next one already. That's a really good habit to get into. As long as you only do 2. Yeah, perfect, dude. Perfect, you've nailed it already. So you can actually afford to do that double queue, even though you're going to build something, because then you know you can definitely afford it. Okay, so you want to actually cancel one of those SCVs. Yeah, perfect. Then you're going to have just enough. Excellent. Because it's a little bit mineral tight at the start.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.